Building friendships.
Community service.
Networking. Inspiring.
People of action. Enhancing lives.
Fellowshipping. Helping. Change dynamic. Rotary is me. 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 We are Rotary St. Martin Sunset.
Before we begin, I would like to call on Rotarian Sabrine to lead us with 15 seconds of silence. Rotarian Sabrine.
Good evening, everyone. At this time, I would like for us to take 15 seconds of silence to reflect on the pandemic we're currently facing. We'd like to express our deepest sympathies to families that have lost someone during this time. Also, we would like to show respect and commend our frontline workers, volunteers, and government officials. The 15 seconds of silence will begin now. Thank you. I will now hand the floor back over to President Jaida.
Thank you, Rotarian Sabrine. I just would like to ask a bit of a housekeeping that we keep our mics on mute so that we don't have too much background noise. Moving on, I would like to call on Rotarian Tamara Leonard to blend our beautiful voices and sing the St. Martin song.
Where over the world, say where, you find an island there, so lovely small, with nations free, with people French and Dutch, though talking English much, as the St. Martin in the sea. Oh, sweet St. Martin's land, so bright by beach and strand, with sailors on the seas and harbors free, where the chains of mountains green variously in sunlight sheen. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty fairly nice. Oh, I love thy paradise, nature's beauty fairly nice.
Thank you, Rotarian Tamara. You gave me goosebumps every time I hear one of my members sing with your beautiful, beautiful voices. Now I would like to ask Rotarian Patrice to lead us into the four-way test.
Good evening, fellow Rotarians. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth?
Is it the truth?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
Will it build goodwill and better friendship?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you. I hand the floor back over.
Thank you, Rotarian Patrice. I would now like to call on Rotarian Franklin, who is represented in place of our Sergeant at Arms, to give the official welcome this evening. Rotarian Franklin.
Good evening. Thank you, President Jaida. President Jaida, our Rotary member officer Audrey Knight, our past and future DGs and AGs, our guest speaker, Rotarian Natasha Parchment-Clarke, all the various members of Rotary and the Rotaract clubs from the many different countries which are represented here tonight. To name a few: India, Benin, United States Virgin Islands, Haiti, BVI, Jamaica, our home of St. Martin, even the guests coming in, past Rotaractors as well. We heartily welcome you. Thank you for joining us for this meeting we're having tonight. We hope to have a wonderful meeting, and we're glad to have you all here with us. Now, a few housekeeping rules to continue from President Jaida. We're asking that you please, when you come in, if your Rotary Club, the name isn't attached on your login name, please just drop it there in the chat so we can all get to know each other better. As well as if you have any questions for when our speaker comes up, please put the questions in the chat as well, and then our Rotarian Georgianette will address them to the speaker as time goes on. Okay, so just for that, remember the chat is right down there. You can put in your question or introduce yourself at any time. Moving on now, we have a few celebrations. I know the confinement has been a little testing, but still we can take reason to celebrate with each other. So we have our two Rotarians today who are making birthdays. So I want to give a shout out to Rotarian Tamara Wilson, whose birthday will be on the 15th of May, and the Rotarian Shamaya, whose birthday is on the 16th. So right behind each other. And so I want to join in a happy birthday song for you guys. So, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, our great Rotarians. We love you so much, so happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to you, and we wish you an awesome one. So happy birthday, our fellow Rotarians, and we hope you have a fantastic week. You know, the restrictions are easing up a bit, so we hope you can get some cake and all those other good stuff delivered to you. And with that, I will be passing back the floor to President Jaida.
Thank you, Rotarian Franklin. At this time, I would like to call on Rotarian Stewart to give us the Rotary Minute for this evening.
Good evening, President Jaida, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, and of course, our distinguished invited guest. This evening's Rotary Minute is a reflection on the evolution of women in Rotary. Rotary clubs got their start from visions of a Chicago attorney, Paul Harris, who formed the first Rotary Club in February 1905. So professionals with diverse backgrounds could exchange ideas and give feedback to their communities while forming meaningful, lifelong friendships. Although the clubs have been dedicated to the idea of service for more than 100 years, many were not always fond of the idea of allowing women to join the clubs. In 1978, the Rotary Club of Duarte violated the Constitution of Rotary International by admitting women as members. As a result of this bold action, the club's membership in Rotary International was terminated. From 1983 to 1986, the club fought the ruling all the way to the Supreme Court, where they prevailed. On May 4, 1987, the US Supreme Court ruled that Rotary clubs may not exclude women from membership on the basis of gender. Later that year, Sylvia Wedlock became the first female club president in Rotary history. Today, there are over 200,000 female Rotarians working alongside their male clubmates to serve their community. We sure do appreciate the women of our club, all 29 of them, led by our dynamic female president, Jaida Nisbet. I think maybe they keep us men in line, and for some, they even work harder than the men. So do enjoy this video highlight of our dynamic women in the Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset. Thank you.
We run this. We run this. We run this. We run this. Who run the world? Girls. 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 Who run the? Who run this? Who run this? Who run this? Who run the world? Girls. 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 Some of them men think they freak this like we do, but no, they don't. Make your check come at their neck. Disrespect us, no, they won't. Boy, don't even try to touch this. Boy, this beat is crazy. This is how they made me. Houston, Texas, baby. This goes out to all the girls up in the club, rocking the ladies. Who would buy it for themselves and get more money later? I think I need a barber. None of these niggas but me. I'm so good with this. I remind you I'm so hood with this. Boy, I'm just playing. Come here, baby. Hope you still like me. If you pay me, my persuasion can build a nation. Endless power. Without love, we can devour. You'll do anything for me. Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rotarian Stewart, for that Rotary Minute for this evening. Before we get into our guest speaker for tonight, we just have a few things that we would like to discuss for Club Matters. So we're going to go straight into it. And I'm going to call on our Service Projects Chair, Rotarian Kimberly, to give us her updates.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? You could hear me?
A little soft, but yes.
Good evening, everyone. Yes? No? Good evening, everyone. Yes, now good?
Yes.
All right. Welcome to our meeting. Thank you for joining us. To all the fellow Rotarians, the friends of Rotary, and everybody who's in here. My name is Kimberly Duzong, and I'm the Service Projects Chair for the Rotary year 2019-2020. So tonight, I'd just like to give a short update on what we've been doing so far in regards to the COVID-19 lockdown. The club have decided that we are going to be donating PPE gears towards the public health of St. Martin, so the Ministry of Public Health. So we decided that we sent out a questionnaire asking them what they would need and what are some items that are really necessary for the island of St. Martin. So they decided that they would like shoe covers, buffon hats, bio bags, thermometers, and we've asked them what was the total amount. So they went ahead and they found out all the information, and they said that these were really, really necessary because they were low on stock. So that was a project that we've carried out, that we've donated funds to the Ministry of the Public Health to buy these items for our, I'm sorry. They went out to buy these items for the COVID-19 project. And the second thing I would like to do is thank Shamaya and Adelina for going out into our community and assisting with finding out if anyone has COVID or if anyone is showing symptoms or whatever. So I would like to just thank our two members of the club for taking their time out of their busy schedules, being at home, to risk their lives to go out and help in our community. And that's it for Service Projects Matters, Club Matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Kimberly. I would also now like to call on Rotarian Akila to update us on our joint meeting with Toastmasters. Unmute your mic, Akila.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Thank you, President Jada. Good evening, everyone. I will be presenting this evening on our joint meeting with the Toastmasters Club. So Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset will be joining with the Toastmasters Evolution Club for the very first time in St. Martin. As we know, Rotary International is encouraging us to foster a relationship with Toastmasters. So this is actually going to be a very big event for us. It will be on May the 24th at 7 p.m. The place will, of course, be on Zoom. We will have 4 speeches, and 2 of the speakers will actually be from our club, myself and Rotarian Georginette. The act counter and the timekeeper will also be from the Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset. So we are encouraging everyone to attend. The invitation will also be posted on our Facebook page, and we look forward to welcoming you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Akila. And finally, before we move into our guest speaker for this evening, I'm going to call on Rotarian Georginette to give us her update on our project survey.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to all Rotarians and our guests here tonight. I am Rotarian Georginette Lake. I am the incoming service projects chair, and we have sent out a survey to all of our members requesting their feedback of how various projects were conducted. So the members were given the opportunity to evaluate each project that the club has completed, give their feedback, and also provide ideas for future projects. I am happy to announce that we have so far 12 persons that have completed the survey. And I know last time I gave out a star to only 1 person, but I would like to virtually give out this golden coin. Hope you can see it, to the 12 persons that have already completed the survey. And I am encouraging the rest of our members to please visit your email, look for the survey, fill it out as soon as possible before the 15th of May. Thank you very much. Back to you, President Jaida.
Thank you, Rotarian Georginette. So I'm really hoping that we have full compliance, because we really want to ensure that we continue to do the projects that are impactful and that each Rotarian enjoy. And, you know, if we can improve, we would really love to know your suggestion. Now, for the moment we have been waiting for, our guest of honor this evening, Rotarian Natasha Parchment-Clarke. Welcome, and I would like to now call on our Public Image Chair, Rolika, to give the introduction to our guest speaker.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, President Jaida. I would like to first welcome all Rotarians and invited guests to this meeting this evening. As President Jaida mentioned, my name is Rotarian Rolika Roach, and I am the 2019-2020 Public Image Chair for the Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset. And this evening, before we start first, I would like to first thank Rotarian Natasha. Prior to getting the information, I requested some information from Rotarian Secretary Alicia, and I would like to thank Rotarian Natasha for the encouraging and hype voice notes that she sent us today. It really got the vibe going for the club, and it was really appreciative. So Miss Natasha Parchment-Clarke wears many hats on her wildly curly, silver-haired head. Mother, wife, sister, business owner, environmentalist, and the one hat that keeps her the busiest is the tiara, Queen of Youth Services for the 3 Rotary clubs in Montego Bay. She has been a member of the Rotary Club of Montego Bay since 2010. She is a Paul Harris Fellow, District Governor Awardee, past President and Environmental Sustainability Rotarian Action Group member. She has spent 10 years in Rotary, motivating and collaborating with the 4 Rotaract, 4 Interact, and 5 now inactive Early Act clubs in the city through epic projects including 1,000 plus volunteer international coastal cleanups, rabble-rousing, Interact interclubbing events, 4 RILAs, essays and photo competitions, motivational speeches, district conference training sessions, bike-a-thons, and 5-kilometer walks, homeless feeding programs, fundraising, catamaran cruises, resume and interview skill training, vision board session, and most recently, Zoom training for youth executives. As the director of training for her Montego Bay-based company, Training Tree, Natasha revels in designing and delivering custom-made series for her clients who laugh and learn through her down-to-earth sessions, which she has been performing through Zoom since March 2020. This evening, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Rotarian Natasha Parchment-Clarke, who will be speaking with us this evening on business etiquette for volunteers. Welcome, Rotarian Natasha.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Woo! President Jada, thank you so much for having me. And Alicia, I can't see you on this 122 large Zoom. Alicia, come and do a liquor talk in with Liquor St.Martin Club. And watch out, India, Africa, everywhere has come in. I'm more than delighted. It's really great to be here. So thank you all for having me. Our topic, volunteering, business etiquette. Sometimes we think, well, I'm just volunteering, but actually there's a lot more to it. In the 30 minutes that I've been given, I'm going to just review 6 quick and easy points. The first one is communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. If we don't do that, we don't know what's happening. For the communicator, the person speaking, we need to be clear. For the receiver, we need to show that we've understood. So I'm going to whip through the 5 screens that I have. Do you all understand? Even in Zoom, we need to be showing, yes, I understand. Oh, I got it. I see some thumbs up, Serge, Abigail. Even in these times, we need to be showing, yes, we hear, we understand, because it encourages or it shows the person, oh, they got me, you got me. Another thing, communicator, you should ask questions. I love that you've sent out a survey. Ask questions of your members. What are they thinking? They'll let you know. And when you know, that's what you can put in place to make a fantastic club. The next point on that is to listen. I think Zoom has taught all of us about listening and definitely patience, right? How many times have we seen people, fumbling with the mute and spending a long time introducing or, all manner of things. We need to listen so we can clearly know what's going on in that space. Give adequate notice. If you'd like attendance, if you'd like person to participate, give them enough notice. I tell my teenagers out in Interact, if you want Auntie Tasha, I'll do anything for you, but give me notice. I'm busy. You can't call me tonight. I have a school assembly tomorrow, Auntie Tasha, 1,200 students. Could you do a talk? I won't be able to do that talk, but I can do it next week. And they know me very well for that. So give people notice and then they'll join along. Give choices and then involve me in the planning so that I can choose one of the things that you're discussing, right? So these are all things that the communicator is responsible for. The receiver, on the other hand, as volunteers, we need to commit to the things that you want to do. You've joined the club, you're in a fantastic international organization. We need to commit to being a great volunteer. Don't wait to be asked, volunteer. Why do you wait? Oh, will you please do this? Can you kindly? Why don't you just offer your service, right? When you do that, it makes it much easier for the presidents and the executive committee. Don't waver. Don't say, okay, yes, and then kind of half do it. Say yes, and then do it. So I'm going to start with Jada, since she's the president of her club. What skill have you brought to Rotary that you're going to offer, that you've been offering?
I would say communication skill, a lot of patience, listening, because my members, they always come with different ideas, different suggestions, different concerns. So those are a few things that I think I bring, and I think I've grown so much as being president of this organization in terms of public speaking. Still is my biggest fear. But I think being a part of this organization and being in this leadership position, I really, really, really grew. I know I have a lot more to improve on, but my members that were there from day one, they know. They know and they see the growth. It is a process. So I hope that all of my members too have identified areas that they can improve on, and also think about what they're bringing to the organization.
Super. And the last thing regarding communication is that we check in with each other. Are we honest? Are we kind? Do we say the things that need to be said in a kind way so we can move forward and have great clubs? We need to communicate that also. Sometimes they're going to be awkward or difficult conversations, but it's worth having so we can move on from it. Next in the topic of communicating are the ways that we communicate. Emails, WhatsApps, calls, and now my favorite, Zoom. Use your communication in layers. Don't just choose one and only WhatsApp people all the time. Change it up. As you said, I was asked, send a voice note, send a picture, call somebody. We can't visit yet. Some people are coming out and we're doubling the bubble and doing a few different things, but use a different method of communication to get to your members. Emails, use the tools in your email box, your inbox, your folders, your stars. You can route all your Rotary messages into one folder. So every time you open your business email, there's not 100 emails in there. They've been nicely sorted into a Rotary folder. When you're ready and you have time, you can go there. WhatsApp, number one, silent your WhatsApp group notifications. If you don't have it on silent, I don't know how you survive, right? It doesn't need to be binging every minute. You don't need to read every single one. You can get the gist. I see Akeelia is in agreement. Call. Speak to somebody. If you haven't seen them on your Zoom meeting, pick up the phone. Call and just check in on one of your members. The big thing, and I'm not sure how many Rotarians have this, I'm going to ask for a thumbs up if you are guilty of this. We need to RSVP when we're asked. If you are guilty and you do not RSVP, let me see your finger. I see about 3. You don't RSVP. So the president, the executive, they don't know, are you coming? Are you going to be there? Will you be supporting? Right? RSVP. If somebody sends you an email, answer it. If somebody sends you a WhatsApp, have the politeness to just a quick answer. Right? If you're asked something, and this is where the communicator comes in. Executive body members, let me see the hands. Go down in the bottom bar and just put your hand up. Who is a member of your executive? President or executive club member? Or incoming executives? Let me see you. If you want to, you can physically put your hand up. If you're an executive club member. All right, quite a few. Some have 2 hands, like, oh my gosh, I'm taking on the world, Secretary Jessica. Right? When you communicate, it's really important that we actually ask a question. How many times do we get an email that doesn't actually have a question in it? It's a statement. So there's nothing to RSVP because you haven't asked me. Ensure that you phrase it in a question. If you say, advising you of the foundation dinner this weekend, that doesn't actually require an RSVP. But if you say, Natasha, will you be attending the foundation dinner this weekend? And how many tickets will you be selling for me? And how will you be volunteering on the night? I need to RSVP by answering those questions. Do you see the difference? Making a statement, nobody's going to answer. Pointedly asking questions. And if that means you have to send more than one email and just change your name, change a few little things about it because you want people doing different things, go right ahead. So I want all executive members, presidents, incoming presidents, secretaries, if you're an executive member, put your hand on your heart and we will say this pledge together. And the hands over the heart. I pledge to make requests of my club members. If you do that, I hope your club members will pledge to RSVP. Next one. You joined Rotary. Let me ask somebody, and literally you have to answer within less than 30 seconds. My lovely friend who I have not seen in ages, I saw him in Haiti last, Louis. Tell me why you joined Rotary in under 10 seconds. I see you there.
Name?
Louis Weaver. Less than 10 seconds. Why did you join Rotary? Unmute.
I joined the Rotary because I was always active with the Rotary, like Rotary Friends, before I joined to be active Rotarian. But I was always from young, as my father-in-law was Rotarian, so I always was involved in the Rotary work.
Wonderful. Thank you. So like me, we both joined with black hair. Right?
Yes, that's for sure.
We need to remember why we joined Rotary. So my suggestion for this one is that we will be that person. I am a that person. I am the youth person. If you are a that person in your club, in your region, everybody knows that's what you love and they're going to call you to do that. Oh, we have a project. We need youth. Call Natasha. If you become somebody who owns something, people will call on you to do the things you love. I don't love collecting money. I love welcoming people to a function. I love my youth. I can't play golf, but I'll go and I'll bring youth and we can have a youth part of that golf tournament. So become something in your club that you're known for, that you love to do. And then people will actually ask you to do that thing over and over again, and you'll fall in love with Rotary over and over again. Let me ask, go over to my 6th screen. I have never seen so many people ever. Rotarian Onyi, she's a black and white picture with a lovely hat. Tell me something that you are in your club, very, very briefly. What are you known for in your club?
Well, I'm a public relations professional. I like to welcome people. I like to tell about Rotary. I like to get people to enjoy Rotary. I like to make people relevant and visible.
Right. So Onni, she in her vocation, your profession is PR. So we know we're going to call on you to do that, right? If you're known for something, I can tell you, our president of our club, Jamima, is known for bringing the party, bringing the liquor. If you can see behind her screen, there's a cabinet behind that lovely Rotary banner. We're all known for something. Let everybody know what you want to do. They will call you to do it. I have a rule. This is in life as well in Rotary. It's called my 100% want to rule. 100% want to. I only do things that I 100% want to do. This happened when I had 2 small children, 2 children under 2, that kind of mad time for anyone who has children. And I thought, oh, I can't do everything. I'm only going to do the things that I 100% want to do. And it's fabulous. I actually 110% want to do this today. That way, I will really enjoy it. If I had any reservations, I would come on late. I wouldn't have put up my backdrop. I would have been, you know, do things that you really want to do. Then you have so much fun with them. And politely decline the things that you don't want to. In Rotary, however, there are a few things that are required of us. And when I have those kind of 70% things that I really don't turn in my budget for use before the end of the year, etc., you know, they're a bit trying. You need to change your attitude. You need to say, all right, it's not my 100%, but what can I do? I know it's important. Remember the bigger picture of Rotary International, and then you'll do it. Turn whatever is the 70, the 75, 80%, turn them into hundreds for that moment and just get on with them. Let's get them done. Who is in this meeting 100%? If you are, give me a thumbs up. Right? Some of us are WhatsApping, some of us whose screen we can't see they're cooking, some people are eating. Who's in their pajamas? Well, actually, it's morning in India. So who's at work answering some work emails? Spend 1 hour. I'm going to 100% do this meeting for that hour. It makes a big difference in all the things that you choose to do. Next, step up, bring it. These are actually two names of teenage high school movies. I've been watching all kinds of things on Netflix. Anybody with me? I think my Netflix is going to fall off the edge of the TV. It's finished. It's done. I have 2 teenagers, a husband, myself. We have watched everything. But when I say that, remember why you joined Rotary and just be positive always. Go into your meetings, go into your project. Why did you join Rotary again? Oh, to be a positive impact for the youth. Let me do this with that in mind. What I love to do is offer first. I don't like in Jamaica what we call what left. What left is all the little things left at the end when people have chosen what they would like to do. Me no want that. I want to choose what to do and then I'll really enjoy it. So I put my hand up first. President Jemima, could I please do that? And I choose first and get on with it, set my mind, off I go. Another thing, every month I set my Rotary schedule. I set it out. These are the meetings I'm going to attend. These are the projects I'm going to do. This is the amount of time I'm going to spend with Rotary. Because give me a show of hands if you have spent more time on Rotary than you should sometimes. I did a survey last week and I've actually spent more time on Rotary than my own business. That's not good. I need to be getting business because we're ready. The world is reopening. Every year about this time in Rotary, I start looking forward to what's coming. What's going to happen? What am I going to get into for the new year? So reassess. Have you changed? Do you like different things now? Would you like to be involved somewhere else? And then you present that to your incoming board, into your incoming president. So let me ask somebody else. Someone, let me look. I see Francis Dean. What are you looking forward to in the new year, the new Rotary year? Francis Dean, are you there? Not hearing from them. Too long and you missed it. Darla, what are you looking for in under 10 seconds?
New leadership. I'm actually the current president, but I'm excited. We have a nice young leader coming in, and I'm excited to help her through her new year.
To hand over that hat. Wonderful, Darla. Oh, it's May. I remember last year you're getting tired, and you're like, oh, where's July? All the past presidents. Amen to that. Right, so we're looking forward to a new young presidency incoming. Again, a few things that you can do to just step it up and bring it on and be the Rotarian that you should, the volunteer that you should. Last one is to utilize the principles of Rotary. I'm gonna ask somebody was from India on here. Let me see. Any of the members from an Indian club, tell me, please, in your beautiful accent, what is our motto of Rotary and what should we all be doing every day when we are volunteering our service? Come on. Anybody from a club in India? Is it too early?
For others. Doing good for others.
What's our motto, man? Our motto. Come on, Sudhakar, I can hear you. I see your lips moving. Oh, bless you. COVID-19. Everybody, I'd like to read your lips, please. Service above self. That's what we should be doing. We need to remember that. And sometimes we don't. When we're quibbling with each other, or we're, I'm not going to that project, or I can't bother, I'm tired. Service above ourselves, please. Next, number 4 of the 4-way test. I really like to look at that and say, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Sometimes if it's not beneficial to me, I won't be able to do it really well. So maybe I need to decline that one. We can be healthy, we can be happy Rotarians if we put everything in perspective and do the best we can. Sometimes it's not beneficial to us. We need to take a step back and see it needs to be beneficial to all, including yourself. And the last part of Rotary that I make sure that I think about, and I love to do every year when we get the new theme of the year. So let me ask a lovely Audley, who, let me tell you, as Jamaicans, we are so proud. He's left Montego Bay, but he's now up in Rotary, big Rotary International, and he is up there. And could you please take it away with the theme of this year, Audley?
The upcoming theme or the existing theme?
The upcoming theme.
The upcoming theme is opening opportunities, and we're on a call now in St. Martin, hosting with persons from all over the world. This is a perfect example of adapting to change and opening opportunities.
Agreed. So think of that in the things that we think, say, or do. So, fellow Rotarians, that is my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a few little things to think about in terms of the business etiquette for volunteers and what's really expected of us. I hope you enjoyed. Back to you and your meeting, Jada. I can hear the applause. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so very much, Rotarian Natasha. I do believe we have 1 or 2 questions in the chat. So I'm going to pass the floor on to Rotarian Franklin, who is going to pose those questions.
Let's hear it.
President Jida, it will be Rotarian Georginette.
Oh, sorry, Rotarian Georginette. Franklin was the one that announced, yes. Rotarian Georginette.
Good evening once again. I would just like to say a very big thank you to Rotarian Natasha. After that presentation, I think it's fair to say that I can call you Auntie Tasha as well, right? Thank you so much for those wonderful tips on both from the communicator side and also from the receiver side. Now from the chat, we had 1 question from Mr. Abraham Daniel, and his question is as follows. Any more suggestions to get members to respond to mails or messages even though there is an action requested?
Lovely, thank you, Abraham. So that question is a great one. How do you get people to respond when you have actually used their name and asked them pointedly? And this is where in my training that I do with leaders is suggest the different types of communication. Don't communicate in the way you like. Communicate in the way the person that is receiving your communication like. I don't go to my son's door of his room and talk to him. I text him, dinner's ready. He prefers to communicate by text. If I want to get to him, I need to use his communication method. Another thing, we tend to send out, you know, maybe a few too many emails with a few too many people. I missed my name. I didn't see that you were asking me something, so I actually missed that. Pick up this very old-fashioned thing now, because we have Zoom and we have everything else. So I really think if I am asked personally, I more than 99% I'm going to agree. If it's an email that's followed by 4 more asking everybody else, maybe not. Make a personal connection and ask a question, an open question, not just yes or no. How do you feel about? What would you like to do at the function? Who would you bring along with you? Ask open questions, and then you don't just get a yes or no. And then you really hear what the person can offer. That's my suggestion there.
Thank you so much. I think that was clear. Mr. Abraham Daniel, I'm sure Auntie Tasha answered you awesomely. Any more questions? I'm not seeing any more. I know your presentation was on point, to the point. We got the information and it was clear. So I'm just going to stroll and really check if there's any more questions from anyone in the chat. I'm just hearing pure awesome. Love your presentation. Motivating, inspiring. Pure praise in the chat for you, Auntie Tasha.
See the what? Thank you. That is lovely. What I've seen one person ask privately, can you send me your presentation? If you can go there. I make my notes. I sent my notes to Alicia this morning. Handwritten, multicolored Sharpies. Everything else is really from the heart.
All right, we have one question from Lynn. Her question is, how should you proceed if a response is not given? What would be the next step?
All right, I think this comes from, so the question was, what do you do if there is not a response? What would be the next step? And if you've had, I would say, more than 5 years in Rotary, you know the answer to this. There's literally 10%, maybe 20% of members of every club who are going to do projects or do things all the time. There's some members, they're in Rotary for different reasons. They don't want to come to that event. They don't want to do that project. My first year where I did an international coastal cleanup, and I was so excited, let's go and pick up garbage on the beach. And an older Rotarian, I will not be picking up garbage on the beach. I was horrified. Excuse me, I was mad. And I thought, oh, what kind of Rotarian is this? By the end of the meeting, Natasha, come here. And I thought, ooh, lady. She wrote a check and handed it to me. I won't be going to that project, but it's a great one. This should help you. Everybody has a different purpose in Rotary. Don't push people, they're volunteering. Encourage, motivate, inspire, ask. And something that we don't do very well is say thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Oh, thank you for doing those minutes. I really, I'm so grateful that, but we don't do that so much. As soon as we finished, okay, I need you to do this as well. So I think there's quite a few things we could do if we do not get a response. Know that some people are not going to respond and they're not going to come along, but everybody's in Rotary for a different purpose. You'll find a way to reach that Rotarian, go to somebody else.
Awesome, awesome. The questions are coming. A question from Karen. Her question is as follows. What would you recommend when it comes to communicating change?
Well, I have a lovely 2-hour presentation on change. There's steps to change. We can't, well, unlike the situation that we're in now, which just happened overnight, there's definitely steps that you take. to ensure that you can make change well. I will email who's Karen. What club is Karen from?
I will have to find out
If you
for
pop
you.
her email in there.
Okay.
Hi, Natasha. Hey, it's Karen Pender from NASA Sunrise. It's so great to hear you and see you tonight. Thanks for the awesome presentation. I'll put my email and a PM to you.
Yes, thank you. Do that. There's basically stages to, you don't just say, okay, this is going to happen. My favorite part of ensuring change happens well is involving people in the change that's going to affect them. Then it won't be so, oh my gosh, because they've been involved. Taking it in stages, communicating clearly, getting feedback, and then putting a vision and a plan in place to ensure that it's done well. And actually, one of the things that I do well, rally the troops, get people interested, get people on your side, explain this is what has happened. What do you think? Listen, and then say, we need to change. Would you like to come along with the movement that's happening? And they will, they'll join with you.
Awesome. One question from Mr. Kieran Nansen. His question is as follows. How do you bridge the age gap and the method of communication? I am one of the younger members in my Rotary Club, and we're a minority. Most of the members are senior and are set in protocols and how they address persons.
Oh my goodness. And it is Youth Month, not just for Interact and Rotaract, for Rotary as well. Rotarians, we need to realize and acknowledge that youth are the future of Rotary. What I suggest, that question is bubbling in every single Rotary club. How can we bridge the gap between persons with, I just say younger mindset, not younger in age. And what I really suggest is definitely patience, but introduce the way that you like to be communicated with. For example, Auntie Tasha, I'm fine with. Some persons don't want to be called Auntie anything. It makes them look old. I don't mind. I will state clearly, you may call me Auntie Tasha. Sometimes we don't say anything so people don't know that this is a problem or this is not a problem. Again, when I said at the beginning, communicators need to ensure we check in and we say honestly what we need. Oh, Mr. Brown, Rotary Club member, is it fine if I call you Joseph? My name's Natasha. I feel really comfortable if you call me Natasha. May I please call you Joseph? Right? Ask these questions. Again, we get nervous. Oh, we can't, we shouldn't. Oh, let's make a committee about it. No. He might tell you why. Oh, I really find it difficult when people just call me my first name. I haven't got used to it yet. And then do you really have a problem calling him Mr. Brown after that? I wouldn't. I love first names, so I'm very first name, but not everybody does. I think you need to make it clear. If they say we shall be handing out the agenda on a piece of paper, and the younger mindset are like, what is paper? They're meanwhile, sending a WhatsApp with a digitally prepared agenda. Again, you could bring it up. Is it something that we could think about? There's a few different ways we could do the agenda. I remember in our club, we were one of the oldest in age, and we had new Rotaractors coming in. We transitioned from paper to WhatsApp. So it took a while, but we got there. We got everybody involved. This is going to change, and then we made it happen. I hope that answers it.
Yes, I sure bet it did. Another question from Kanta. I hope I pronounced that correctly. She actually have a request. When can you speak at my club, Rotary Club of St. Thomas USVI? So you're getting invitations. So I believe Rotary and Kanta would put her information in the chat, and then you can follow up.
Or I'll put mine in the chat also, so you can either WhatsApp me or email me. See, I'm letting you know how you can communicate with me. I'll put my info in the chat shortly. Wow.
All right.
Great
From
questions. Thank you.
Francis Dean, his question is as follows. Do you recommend asking new members to participate in service projects before they are inducted?
Ooh. Super question. In our club, as you see Jamima there, we've written up, this is how you join our club, and you are absolutely required to do projects and socials. We won't force the top shelf down your throat. I mean, I'm a tea drinker, but we actually insist that you have come to social events, come to projects, come to meetings, so that when we can see you in all the different ways that you present yourself, you will be successful and happy in this club. I also recommend this to the Interact clubs, my Interact and especially the college clubs, they must do service projects. UE in Kingston, you have to do 5 service projects before you can be inducted. There's so many people that want to be part of the club. They insist you do 5 projects before you're even inducted as a Rotaractor of University of the West Indies. So absolutely, I recommend projects and service. Georginette.
Yes. Wonderful, Mr. Francis. I hope that answered your question. And the Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset, we also have that protocol set up that members are invited to participate in service projects and fellowships even before they are inducted. So I can second that suggestion, saying yes, it's a great idea. I am not seeing any more questions so far in the chat. So I would like to thank you once again for this dynamic presentation and your openness and enthusiasm in answering all these questions. Thank you so much. Back to you, President Jaida.
You're so welcome. Wonderful. Excellently handled, because I could not keep up with the all those questions. So thank you so much for hosting those for me, Georginette. Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you again, Rotarian Georginette, for assisting us with the questions. And now I would like to pass the floor back over to our Public Image Chair, Laika, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, President Jaida. And of course, we all inherited a new Auntie Tasha. Thank you so much for that dynamic, enthusiastic presentation. Your energy is amazing. I felt it from the voice notes and it translated right here tonight. And I think all of us felt that. And on behalf of the board and the members of the Rotary Club of St. Martin Sunset, we would like to present you with a certificate of appreciation for being an exceptional guest speaker on the topic of business etiquette for volunteers, 11th of May, 2020. Thank you so much.
That's lovely. Thank you so much. That's me having a curtsy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This was most enjoyable. I really, really appreciate it. Listen, me and you, come to my little club. Where are we? 129 people. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. And thanks for the great questions.
Thank you once again, Auntie Tasha, for that wonderful presentation. Before we close out the meeting, I would like to call on Rotarian Lionel, who's going to present on behalf of the membership chair, to give us our good deed challenge for the week.
Yes, thank you, President Jaida. Good evening once again, everyone. Good evening, fellow Rotarians. Auntie Tasha, thank you for the awesome presentation. I really enjoyed it. It was wonderful. And I just was hoping it didn't stop, but too bad you had to come to an end. For the Good Deed Challenge this week, I would like to encourage the members to find a way to reach out to our past members. As Rotary, we believe that once you're a Rotarian, you're always a Rotarian, and you're always a Rotarian at heart. As such, I want to encourage everyone to reach out to the past members of the club, because of course they are still part of the Rotary family. See how they are doing, find a way, like Auntie Tasha said, We have WhatsApp, we have voice notes, we have email, we have numerous ways to reach out to our members. I encourage everyone to do so and see how the past members are doing. Thank you. I pass the floor back to President Jaira.
Thank you, Rotarian Lionel. And I just want to add to what our Good Deed Challenge is, that we do have a few of our past members that have joined us this evening. So I would like to just give a warm welcome to past Rotarian Shananda, Roxanne, and Charmaine. Hi guys, hi everyone. We really miss you and thank you for coming this evening, and hopefully when we're able to be out and about, we can see you at one of our meetings or one of our upcoming projects. We're very happy to have you here, and we will invite you to our next meeting and as well to our virtual change of board. So that should be something new and interesting, and we're happy to have you join us then again. Now I would like to call on Rotarian Jennifer, who would give us a virtual toast this evening.
Good evening, everyone. Before I get into the virtual toast, I would like to give everyone 30 seconds to get up from your seat and grab a glass and fill it with whatever drink you please, whether it be some hibiscus tea, moonshine, wine, grape juice, sky juice, whatever it may be. So I'm giving everyone that opportunity right now. And right now I would like to thank everyone for being here this evening, all of our Rotarians, friends of Rotary. I'm grabbing my glass right now. And this toast, this virtual toast, is to all of our frontliners, all of our Rotarians all over the world, everyone that is suffering right now in this time of crisis and pandemic. Let us say to humanitarians all over, frontliners all over, Rotary to the world. Bottoms up. I would like to pass the floor back over to our President Jaira. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Jennifer. Before we go into Sergeant at Arms update, I would just like to encourage each and every one of you to stick around after our meeting is closed, just to fellowship. I know a few of us didn't get the opportunity to introduce ourselves at the beginning of the meeting, so you are free to do so after the meeting is closed. I would now like to give our acting Sergeant at Arms, Rotarian Franklin, the floor to give his closing remarks.
Good evening once again, everyone. I am your acting Sergeant of Arms, Franklin Solomons, the one with the quarantine fade in progress. I would just want to say I'm really excited and thankful to have all of you here today. We maxed out around 132 participants. Now, I remember back, when we have physical meetings when we had 60 or so, that was like, wow. But we've got all these participants from all around the world, from so many different places, almost too numerous to list. And I just want to say thank you for each and every one of you being here. It's really appreciated. We thank you all for putting in the questions. We also want to thank our guest speaker, Auntie Tasha. That was some amazing information that we got. And, I really feel that Auntie connection right there. Thank you very much for being part of us. Now, usually at this time, I would be giving out a fine or so, but, since you guys have been so great, we're going to skip that for now. So I just want, instead of happy dollars, I just want to pick some people randomly to give us some happy or hopeful thoughts, just to share with us something that happened this week that you're happy about, or something hopeful that you're looking forward to. So I'm going to pick some random people, and let's see, who can I get? Let's say Rotarian Blessing from the Rotary Club Harcourt. I love to hear your excitement, so I'm going to ask you, what are you hopeful for or happy about?
Thank you for this opportunity to speak. Actually, this week, I'm happy about, excited about two things. One, I'm going to have our Rotary Regional Membership Director speak to us. He's also in this meeting, Audley Knight, on Wednesday at my club. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. And I know as my family, I expect all of you to be there. Jada, everybody, Alicia, Johnson, Laloni, everybody. And also, I have a paper presentation on Friday this week. I'm also looking forward to it, to that presentation, yeah? So that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry Blessing. I really love to hear that one. Great, great. You know, it's amazing how we're all managing to get together from all over the world through this wonderful medium of Zoom. It's a great thing. All right, so I have another person I'd like to call. Now this is gonna be very random. Let's see. IPP Kim Stubbs, you came in a little after we began, so we just want to give you the floor to tell us something that you're happy for or you're hopeful looking towards.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, Auntie Tasha, that was a very great presentation. I thoroughly enjoyed it, although I was late, but I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you, Rotarian Liza Lake, for the invitation, per usual. I'm excited about just being here tonight with all of you. That's first and foremost. And I'm excited because I've been doing Zoom series with the Interact Club of Providenciales, and it's been going really well. Some of you have attended, and it just warms my heart to know that I'm actually helping to guide and encourage, mentor the youth during this pandemic. You know, so it's been really good. So the series that I've been conducting was Young Professional Life After College. So that's been happening for the past 2 weeks, and we have one coming up on Friday. So if you guys are free, I'm going to send the invitation, but you know, I'm really excited about that. And also the pets training. So I've been a part of that, and it's really, really, really good. So that's it.
All right, thank you very, very much, IPP Kim. Thank you very much for that. And for our last person, let's see, shall we take this locally or shall we keep on with the international? Let me talk to someone who I've met back in the Rotary days. Harris, are you available? Harris Legale?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. It's good to see you here with us tonight. Remember from back in the Rotary days, the campfires on the beach and all that good stuff. Tell us now about something that you know you're happy about or something that you're hopeful looking towards.
I'm just happy and grateful to be alive. First and foremost, could have been a lot worse with the whole coronavirus and all, but just giving thanks. Me, neither nobody in my family has suffered that ordeal, so I'm happy about that. Just looking forward to everything getting back as closest to normal as possible. I know it's not gonna ever get back to normal, but I mean, for right now, I just want to get back out there on the seawater, sailing and stuff. So that's what I'm mostly looking forward to.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Harris, for that. For me personally, I just want to say that my thankful thing is that we're having a meeting like this where I can see so many of our fellow Rotarians from around the world, many of our Rotarians in the different Caribbean islands who used to be Rotaractors, who we've interacted with when you either came to St.Martin or we had conferences. It's so great to see all of your faces here. And that's one thing that I'm very thankful for, that even in, you know, when we have trying times like this, there's a little blessing that can come out of it where we can meet all these wonderful and fantastic people. So with that, that's my finishing with my Sarge duties, and I will pass back the floor to President Jaida.
Thank you, Rotarian Franklin. I would just like to invite you all to our next meeting. It's going to be May 25th, I believe. We're going to be sending out our flyers, so you're welcome to join us then. And I would also like to say again to you, Auntie Tasha, thank you so much for dropping in this evening. Thank you for the hype today. Our members were really excited. They couldn't wait for the meeting to meet you, and you did deliver. That was an awesome presentation. Where I'm hearing in the chat the feedback, it's really great. So thank you so much for that. Also, I would like to just acknowledge, I think I saw him online, our past district governor, Felix Stock. We didn't get to acknowledge you at the beginning of our meeting. So thank you for being here with us. We really appreciate to see so many different faces from all over the world this evening. It really, really makes us happy that we could connect in this way, especially in these times. So thank you for being here with us this evening. As I mentioned, you are all welcome to stay back in fellowship. So we don't go anywhere too soon. We have a little Rotary after meeting. So I encourage you to stay back. You can fellowship and, get to know the members of Rotary Sunset. I'm now going to close the meeting. So thank you once again for being here with us.